Okay, welcome back to the Dublin Academy of Maths Online. Now, we're going to do a paper. This is the last series, last episode of this series. It's 2011, question 5, paper 1, and it's series 5, episode 9, 2011, and it's geometric and arithmetic sequences and series. Now it says it starts at question 5a, and it says the first term of a geometric sequence, or series, is 5, and the common ratio, now you should have your papers out in front of you, is 2. Now, in other words, R is equal to 2 and A is equal to 5. Okay? And we just put them into the formula. Well, we can put them into the formula. Tn is equal to A times R to the power of n minus 1. Now we could put them into that and find out T1 and T, into our formula using A and R here. But it's pretty obvious here. 5 is the first term and R is the common ratio. That means you multiply 2 by 5, that's 10. 2 by 10 is 20, and 2 by 20 is 40. And so that was just find the first 4 terms was the question. Find the first 4 terms. Now obviously I can put T1, this is related to T1 as you know, T1, T2, T3 and T4, and if I put them into this formula they would have come out. Okay, using A as 5 and R as 2. Okay, and then you'd have put in. So if you wanted to make that formula, just messing here now, that would be 2 times R, A is 5 times R to the power of n, R which is 2, so I'm putting them in, minus 1. So you would put in for 1, so T of 1 was equal to 5 times 2 to the power of 1 minus 1, which is equal to 2 to the power of 0 is 1. The first answer is 5, as you can see is 5. Okay, T2 will be equal to 5 to the power of 2, 2 minus 1, so it's 2, so it's 5 times 2, and the next term is 10. So see, I've proved it here. Okay. So you just get the habit of using the formula, and you know how to use the formula, and you know what relevance it is to it, all of this. Okay. Now it says the next question. It says the first 3 terms of an arithmetic sequence. Okay, so that's A. And this is B. An arithmetic sequence or series is 7. So this is a series 7 plus 4 plus 1 plus. Okay, so you know that's it. It's the sum of. Okay. It says find 1. It says find the difference. Find D, the common difference. So all this is a lot of English. So the common difference D is equal to. Okay, what's the difference between the 7 and 4? It's going to be 3, and 4 is the common difference is plus 3. Okay. Sorry, it's minus 3, it's going down. Okay, it's reducing. Sorry about that. So it's minus 3. And A is the first term, A is equal to 7. And we know our formula, Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 times D. Do you remember the original formula? Okay, so we put them in. We put them into the formula. A is equal to 7, so that's 7 plus n minus 1 times D, which is minus 3, so you're multiplying by minus 3, so that's becomes 7 minus 3n minus by minus plus 3, and then your answer is going to be 10 minus 3n. Okay, is the answer for that one. Okay, so that's your term. You've now figured out that this series can follow this formula. Okay, so you can predict what the next term will be. Okay, so Next is, oh, it says next find t of 15. Okay, so we put find t of 15, so we know that that's there. We can go along, move along over. So t of 15 is equal to 10 minus 3 times 15. So you can see what I'm doing here is I brought my formula up and I've put in, and now I'm going to put in 15 for n. Okay, 3 times n. Okay, which I've done. So t of 15. Okay, that all adds up to equal to minus 35. Okay, 3 times 15 is minus 45. Minus 45 plus 10 is minus 35. Okay, before I continue this series, okay, we'll do that later. Series. Okay, just to quickly now, when I get over this question, this is the last of the series. So after this, there'll be more series, more episodes. So it's the last of the series, but there'll be more plus episodes and videos related to the paper questions and current advice and support. Okay, if you have a problem with a question now. Okay, so you have to buy into this. Okay, it's not very expensive. Anyway, so back over to this. Sorry. So we're looking at this, and we found out that the t of 15 is equal to minus 35. The next part of the question says find s of 15. Okay, the sum of the first of the first 15 terms. Okay, so I am now going to use my original values. Okay, because they're turning now this into the sum of these terms. Okay, so you have to get used to that. You're traveling from an arithmetic series, and you're now finding out the sum of the arithmetic series. Okay. Sum of the AS. Okay, so now I know that my values for A is equal to 7, and I know that D is equal to minus 3. And I put in my, so I solve my formula, n over 2, I've done this before with you, 2 times A plus n minus 1 times D. Okay, so that's the arithmetic series. So you put in your values so you got n over 2, times 2a, which is 2 times 7, which is 14. We'll leave it there. 2 times 7, which is 14. Plus n minus 1 times d, which is minus 3 again. Okay, and close brackets. So you multiply them all out, and I get a general formula. Okay, now I could multiply all this out. That's 14. 2 into 14 goes 7 times. Okay, so you got 14, and you got plus 4. You got 17 here. So we'll write it, so it becomes n over 2 times 17 minus 3n. Okay, and that's your general formula, and it says find s of 15. Okay, so you got s of 15, and you put wherever you see n, you put in 15. So it's 15 over 2 times 17 minus 3 times 15. Close brackets. Okay, so it's just a multiplication thing, okay, and division, right? And the answer out here is minus 210. Okay, so s of 15 is minus, where's my red? S of 15 is equal to minus 210. Okay, now you can go back and find what 15 will give you, what number 10 will give you minus 210, and you can find that out easily as well. Okay, right, so so that's that part done. Okay, so next part is right, so that's 3 minus 3. Next part is part C. Okay, 5C. H minus 1, 2H, and 5H plus 3. Now you know this is problems when you see these as X's as well. We had one before. So we just denote our letters. Okay, so this is T1, T2, and this is T3. Okay, and it keeps going on. And it says the same thing again, find the value of H. Now if I find the value of H, I know that my formula is T2 over T1 is equal to T3 over T2. Okay, right, all over T2, and then I can find my values, right? So I put them in. Okay, so this is ratios. We had this before in the triangle, do you remember? Okay, so T2 is 2h all over T1, which is h minus 1, is equal to T3, which is 5h plus 3, all over T2, which is 2h. Okay, let's check that. Okay, that looks okay, right? Now, yeah, that's all okay. Small h. Okay, keep this h as small. Now, how do I find h? Well, I can cross multiply. Okay, so I can cross multiply. I know there's no values in here, but there's only one unknown term, and I think I know what's going to happen. So I cross multiply as I usually would. Okay, so this is 2h by 2h is equal to 5h plus 3 by h minus 1. And then I multiply them out. 2h by 2h is 4h squared is equal to 5h by h minus 1 by plus 3 by 5 plus 3 by h minus 1. Okay, so I'm multiplying that by all of that and that by all of that. Okay, right, that looks okay. So then I'm working out my formula. 4h squared is equal to 5h squared minus 5h 3h plus 3h minus 3. Okay, now be very careful here. 5h squared minus 5h 3h minus 3. Okay, now bring the 4h squared over, make it positive. So that's 5h squared minus 4h squared minus 5h plus 2 is minus 2h minus 3. Take these away and you're left with h squared minus 2h minus 3. And what's this? This is a quadratic equation. Okay, so now I've multiplied these out and I got this. It's a quadratic. Now see if you can solve this quadratic while I'm writing it down. Okay, how do we go again? What is the what is the multiples of 3 when added will give me the coefficient of the middle term? So first of all, we've got to factorize the h squared, which becomes h by h is h squared. Remember, if it was 2h squared, it'd be 2h by h. What's the factors of minus 3 will give me minus 2. Okay, add to give me minus 2. Okay, so you got minus 1 by minus 3. Which one adds to give me minus 2? This adds to give me plus 2. This adds to give me minus 2. This is my answer. Okay, the coefficient of the middle term. So I've got h minus 3 times h minus 1. Okay, or plus 1, sorry, is equal to 0. And that's quadratic equations, again algebra. Now these are my factors, this is functions. Now my roots are h is equal to 3 or minus 1. We can't take minus 1, a negative answer, we always take the positive answer. H is equal to 3. Okay, so we get our values again and we put them in and we know that we've got the T1 is h minus 1. And T2 is 2h, and the third term is 5h plus 3. Yeah, okay, 5h plus 3. And h is equal to 3. So if h is equal to 3, this term here, this is T1, T2, T3. So h is equal to t, that's 3 minus 1, that's 2. 2 times h is 2 times 3, that's 6. 5 times 3 plus 3, that's 15, plus 3 is 18, okay? And you can see it's 3 2s are 6, 3 6s are 18, so it is a geometric series, okay? Right? Okay, so that's that. Let's have a look. So, right. Now, it's an arithmetic sequence, that's what it is. Now find the it's actually a geometric sequence. Don't get confused here because we're multiplying here. Okay, so it's truly geometric. Now it says find k. Alright, so that's 2, 6, and 18. Right, so I'm putting these up here. 2, 6, and 18 are my numbers. And the last part it says find k. 2, 6, and 18. Find the kt th term. Okay, so that'd be the nth term or the kth term of the sequence. It says that the kth term of the sequence equals 486. Okay. Now, so the kth term of this sequence is equal to 486, right? So we have to do our sum term. Do you remember the sum of arithmetic sequence? N minus 1. Okay. Now we have our values. We found out that 2 and R is 3. R was no, this is not related. Okay, let's have a look at find the kth of this term. H, we found that H is equal to 3. Okay, oh yeah, that's there. Now find the kth term of the sequence of 486. So we make that equal to, so A times R to the power of n minus 1 is equal to 486. Okay. And we put in our values. So our first value is so we have to go back to our original. This is our series here, okay? Our geometric series. But now we have to go back and we're going to go to use this formula, okay? Now we've doubled back to use this formula because it says it's a sequence, okay? Is a sequence, right, of this term. Find k term of the sequences, find k sequences, okay, and h is equal to 3, as we've sorted out. So we have to use this formula, okay, and we know our values because Tn, we found out Tn was equal to Tn is 2, which is the first term, times R, which is the ratio constant, which is 3 2's are 6. Okay, so it's R is 3 to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so now we're using this formula from these terms. Put these terms into it. A is equal to 2 and R is equal to the common ratio, or is it constant ratio, which is equal to 3. Okay, so we've got this formula. Now when Tn is equal to 486, we have to make this formula 2 times 3 to the power of n minus 1 is equal to 486. Okay? If you look at the papers, you'll get the rationale behind all of this. Okay? So what I'm doing is that I've been told to find the sequence, okay, what I'll sum to, and now I know that I have to use this formula because I'm working with an arithmetic series. Okay? So I've solved this formula, get rid of the 2, 3 to the power of n minus 1 is equal to 486 divided by 2, which goes in 2, 4, 3. Okay? Now 2, 4, 3, 3 to the power of n minus 1, I'm going to get this the same base. 3 to the power of n minus 1 is equal to 243. If you use your calculator, as far as I know, it's 3 to the power of 5. I'll check that, yeah. Now I have the same base here. This is in the same rules. Okay, this is another one that's in series 1. Okay, so n minus 1 is equal to 5. N is equal to 5 plus 1, which is equal to 6. So in other words, the sixth term, term number 6, term number 6 will add to give me 486. Okay. Right, we'll just go through that again. So k is equal to 6. K is equal to 6 because we're looking for t of k. Because it was told that instead of t of n, it would be t of k. Okay, so t of k is equal to 6. That's all you have to know. In other words, k is equal to 6. Right. I hope that wasn't too confusing, this last part of it, but if you look at your papers, you will find that what I'm doing is right, because I'm going back, as I've explained previous to it, I'm going back and I'm redoing, because I'm not following a certain path. They're asking me to go back and to sort other paths out, okay? Now I hope that makes a kind of bit of sense with you, but this is the A part of the paper, this is, if you get this right, you're getting an honour, an A honour, A1, A2, A3, you're in there. Okay, now thank you very much. That's the last one. Now remember, If you want to get extra videos or extra support, you can catch me on dublinacademy@gmail.com. At this time I should have my website. You know, you can have a look and see. You will have a contact for YouTube. You'll already probably know it, but I've already purchased the website, the web line. Dublin Academy online.com. Okay, dublinacademyonline.com. www. Right, that's great. Now that was a lot of work, paper 11. You can see that there's a lot of work involved in this, but if you keep doing the questions, you can master it. Thank you. Bye.